there was only one sound worse than Morris dancing, and that was the archers. I'm fairly sure he's not here today. Now, whilst I'd not say that all Archers listeners are fans of Morris dancing by any means, and whilst I wouldn't say that all Morris dancers are fans of the Archers, I felt from experience that there was quite a significant overlap. I'm an ex-Morris dancer, because my knees don't work anymore, and an occasional Morris musician. I wondered why there was no Morris side in Ambridge itself, given that it's very close to the Cotswolds, it's very close to the Welsh border. So a small research project came about, like to share my findings with you today. From 109 respondents to my online survey, 86% listened to the Archers, 63% were involved in Morris dancing. The majority of respondents felt that Ambridge would probably like a Morris side. There'd be room for one there, possibly even two competing sides. There were suggestions that the sides existed in the past, possibly formed by Nigel Pargeter, or that it even still exists in a silent form, which I know a lot of people. So the side photographed outside the ball in 1894, this is in the Aldridge and Tregoran book, may or may not have been a past side. For those of you not familiar with the art form, Morris takes many forms. There's Cotswold, Border, Molly, Rapper, loads of different sorts, longsword, and they're all sort of the main ones. Cotswold is a style most people know as Morris. Bells, hankies and flowered straw hats. But many modern revival sides dance Border, which traditionally wear brighter coloured or darker clothing and often wear masks or paint their faces for disguise. Some sides have a fool who entertains the audience between dancers and may collect money with menacers. And some have a beast, which is often a full-scale hobby horse worn by a participant. Most of my respondents felt that Ambridge would dance in the Cotswold style, as Edgeley do, and feeling that Jim and Linda Snell, as traditionalists, would insist on that. More research needs to be done into what the Borsetshire tradition consists of, and that might take us back to our first year's enormous research grants.
Oh, yes, enormous.
So what costume would they wear? Again, the majority of those surveyed favoured variations on traditional Cotswold costume, but there were some wonderfully creative suggestions. I really liked one suggestion that Freddie might lead an extreme steampunk youth side to annoy everybody. And also the suggestion that they might wear tweed +4s with matching deer stalkers. Many suggestions included the team wearing a shade of green known as Barwick for some reason. And I'm really glad the bunting's been found, because I think bunting has to be in it in some form. Ambridge Morris would have a banner and a unique badge. By far the most popular choice for things to be on this included Pint of Shires, the Village Pomp, Bartleby, or the Badger David Archer. But there were other suggestions like sponsorship by BL or Grey Gables, or a logo of a bridge and river to suggest the name of the village. And there were several votes for Bridge Farm sausages. Anyway, this is how it turned out. Just pop that over there for a moment. There is a poll for it to go on for later. So, who might get involved? And in what way? Eddie Grundy and Linda Snell seem to be definites. Linda may not be up to dancing now, as I am not myself. And somebody said she should have been retired, but nobody would be brave enough to tell her. But she wouldn't be able to keep out of it. So she'd research historical documents, she'd design the costumes, she'd bicker with Joe about who should be in charge, and would in any case insist on being the squire of the ladies' side. The squire is the leader of the side. Not all sides have one. Interestingly, most suggestions for Squire were men in the village. Traditional patriarchy, which I think we touched on last year. But there were also suggestions that Kirsty or Kate, strong female figures, might take up Squire, but I don't think Kate would be able to sort of sustain interest for very long in that. The side would need musicians. It was noted that although Eddie and Jolene both sing, there's a real dearth of musical instrument players in Ambridge. Fallon, however, was seen as a closet melodeon player. And that's the best place for most of us melodeon players. I love the suggestion that Linda would insist on either playing the pipe and tabor as the sole musician, or would force Robert to learn the melodeon himself. Adam playing banjo and Ian on the fiddle. But pipes were the traditional instrument in the past, and you will hear some later. So maybe it would just be jazzer. The fool was seen as the obvious role for Eddie, but Toby, Kenton and Joe Grundy would give you a run for his money. So I want to move on to the other side of my talk, and I think Nicola can't throw This part of my survey stems from my experience of dancing a masked Morris dance to Barley Green at a wedding. I felt sure that many Morris dancers, being Archers listeners, at least a few sides would use their love of the Archers in their dancing and would dance to Barley Green, which is, after all, a maypole dance tune. Only 10 sides could be identified by name. They're all mapped out there. With Barebones, who have joined us, are the topmost marker, the most northern one. But many respondents recalled seeing dancers to this tune by unnamed sites, including one performance at Barrow, which is the village in Worcestershire that sees itself as the inspiration for the Archers, and this was danced outside the Bull itself. Several, indeed a large number of respondents, admitted to dancing to Barwick Green in the privacy of their own homes. The Archer influence on Morris spreads more widely, however. For example, Stone the Crows Morris have a dance called Locksley Barrett, not danced to Barwick Green, however, and there are dancers named the Bull and Grundy's Delight, which I'd love to see. Finally, I would like to invite you to come out to the lunch area, where Barebones Border Morris will perform a dance to Barwick Green, and then let anyone who would like to have a go. Thank you very much.